Okay, so this tenon here will be to recess into that star. So I end up with at least the thickness that I got here once I start coming up with the star. And this star will show up in the middle of that star with this breakup, and then the other one will go. And the thought is not to offset. Basically, I think that I want to come off with that star with points matching points. The best layout for it. So here's the star, and that one will cut quite a circle in here, but it will be all inside these points without breaking up into here because it's much smaller than this. The the size of that star is get the center point. Right about there. I think that looks pretty good. So, take this star right here and draw that circle, and that will tell me pretty much where that center star will line up. So if I do the same thing and set this up, make a temporary tenon over here, I can place this in, make this recess, put this in, and then mount it back up this way. So the way I see it, that's the best possible way to mount this. This is only temporary because this is going to be all hollowed out on the inside anyway. Just going to make it. This is only going to be for a short time as well. Just long enough for me to do that recess here. Let me see how I am as far as centered. Not too bad. I can deal with that. And I'll use my square tool. Don't want to take anything from the side, just the bottom. Now, because I also want this to be clean, so when I'm cutting out the inside, I don't have any flaking or any spacing on there. I'll pass a little bit of sandpaper on there. That's it. It's a little bit on the snug side. I could literally take off a 32nd of an inch because I don't want to force the star open and I don't want to be banging this in. It could be just a matter of the bottom being a little bit tighter. Now I'm gluing again like before. I just need this outside edge and of course the tenon itself and the very bottom. Don't need any glue inside the star itself. Although even if there is some, it will come off on the final phases. Okay, it's got plenty of glue, a little bit over than what I need, but that's good. And I will line up the star. I have the option of lining it up to the center point, and I can see what that design looks like, or maintain it with the same as this. And I think that that's the route I want to go, is come up to the center of each one of these. I'll look at it and see if in fact that's what I want. Now I will offset it and go to the center of these points. Now it's a matter of letting that dry long enough this time for it to grip. Okay. While waiting for this to dry, I went and I cut some wedges to go inside. And again, I wasn't concerned about the length. This could have been longer, but that's what I had already cut up from previous. So they're all the same size. And this is the square end from the stud, basically. They're cubes. And they just sliced right in half at 45 degrees. And these will sit in here between each one of these. And this is oak against the mahogany. Should look pretty good. So, I'm going to glue these up and maintain it under pressure. I'll get some wedges to go in between here to apply a little bit of pressure to this. The seams should match up pretty good, at least on the top side, because this was not trued up, and I should have trued it up before cutting it. But either way. And I will orient the grain, because no matter what, the grain either has to run this way or this way. I can't get it to go in any other way. It's not going outwards. So I will orient one going opposite of each other. So these two will go this way. These two will go opposite. So time to start applying glue to it and put it in place. Be back in a little bit. Okay, I am back. I apologize, but all I did was, while the clamp was still on, I ran my bowl gouge a little bit and started shaping and seeing what is going on. Have not altered anything. Took out the clamp, and the glue has been up for about 45 minutes or so.
Phil?
Please. Okay, time to go in here. I'm going to start sanding it, see how much of this flyaway I got, and then go in there with my bowl gouge and do an end cut, see if I can end that up. Of course, see if the sandpaper will take it off. Okay, sanded up to super fine steel wool. And I don't know what the grit on that is, but it should be around 800. And now go on with a little bit of Yorkshire grit and give this bottom, see what it's going to look like in the color, and first of all, and give it a finish so I don't have to work too much from the back side once I flip this over. Well, you know, this little piece of wood had to have that little defect over there in the middle, which I couldn't until I actually finished turning. But this will definitely be a nice looking piece. It's time to turn it over and hollow it out. Okay, time to go in here with the bowl gouge. Come from outside, going in towards the center. Nice and easy. Now, very shortly, I'm going to be exposing that other star, the inside star. So I gotta be careful so I don't make it fly away. The thickness is good. Gotta start tapering it up inside this area a little bit more, and maybe expose it and then work it from the outside out. There's my star. And you can see I can go a little bit more to expose the points. Applying a little bit of Yorkshire grit. And I know I don't talk much about this product, and Yorkshire grit is a fairly new product out there, which a friend of mine's developed out of England. And I don't know exactly all the places that it's sold, but I know that it's sold in US and Canada, and of course overseas. But you can get it locally, and you know, the price that you pay for this stuff is not bad, not bad at all, because it's a great product. And it helps you a great deal on how much sanding you have to do. Prior to me using this stuff, I mean, you know, there's alternatives, but I used to use a sanding sealer on every piece I turned. So if you don't have this and you have access to just a sanding sealer, at least do that. The difference is night and day. If I don't use this or the sanding sealer, the finishes are blah. They're not anything to brag about. As a matter of fact, when I first started turning, I didn't use sanding sealer. I mean, I've been a carpenter most of my life, and sanding sealer was always one of those things that I thought people were being you know, they want to use it, they use it, but I didn't see the need for what I was building to justify me going out and start using it. And so when I started wood turning, of course, I still thought the same thing. So I wasn't using it. And I came across, because you can get by with some woods, but I came across this one wood, which was Melaleuca. I'll never forget. And I tried and tried and tried and sanded and kept on sanding, trying to get it to shine up. And I could not get it to shine. A friend of mine's, who's also a wood turner, asked me, a couple of friends actually, asked me what kind of sanding sealer I was using. It's like, I'm not using sanding sealer. Well, I didn't even wait for a response. I went out and I bought sanding sealer. And the results were night and day. That convinced me to use sanding sealer on every piece I turn. Now I'm not using it because I got the Yorkshire grit, but I use it on everything I turn. It substituted my sanding sealer, and you don't have to go quite as much sanding to the finer grits, because the sanding, this Yorkshire grit will give you that look. You know, the wood, I said this was oak, but I'm pretty sure that this is ash on both pieces. So ash, mahogany, and ipe. That's the three woods that I got in here. This would have worked fine being mahogany as well, but it's a star that I had worked on the last video that you saw me do. And you can see that by embedding I got the full star, the point of the star showing up, no gap whatsoever on this transition, and just a nice look. Okay, in all fairness, saying that I'm talking about the sanding sealer, well, my finish is OB Shine Juice, and this came to me from Captain Eddie. Great inspiration on things that I do, both on tool making, and just a great person to watch for a wealth of information that he offers you. And he does sell some items. He sells carbide tip cutters if you need it for your to make your own tools, or he'll sell a whole tool package. But anyway, that's not, you know, I'm not endorsing him, but I shouldn't say that. He's a nice guy. I learned a lot from him. You'll see out his channel if you have, but I think everybody has. And you know, sometimes I don't mention people because it's like, you know, I mean, I don't think wood turners like Mike Walt or Carl Jacobson or so many of these wood turners that have, you know, 50,000 and plus subscribers. Although they do appreciate if their name is mentioned as well. But yeah, go see all these people's videos. Carl Jacobson is very diversified for all the things that he does. You know, he'll make, most of his channel is about wood turning, but he will occasionally make some really fascinating pieces, Star Wars characters, chair, and his videos somehow, I don't know how he manages to give you the whole instructions in very short videos. He's right to the point, and you get to see, and you know, he'll offer further information on the things that he does, I guess. But you know, Mike Walt on tool usage, you know, was a huge for me. I used to have the TV constantly on YouTube and just watch his videos. I would come out here and be struggling with something. I'd go back inside and see, all right, what am I doing wrong? Although I will speak on that a little bit. You don't get where you need to be by watching. You get where you need to be is by doing. So, but either way, I would go see, what did I miss? What am I doing wrong? I'd come out here and I would still be doing the same darn thing for a little while until you feel comfortable enough and you find that angle. And not only finding it, remembering it from one turning to the next. You know, at the beginning I would come out here and I would find it and I would do okay, and a little bit later on it's like I would be making mistakes again. Mistakes in the sense of catches and not the best approach to the tool. So, you know, but at that point, when you get to that point, it's a matter of like, oh, what did I do wrong? I know I did this different. So you would adjust and make those adjustments, and then becomes mindset. You know, you just go to it. And sometimes I don't say a lot of things as much as I talk. I don't say a lot of things, but because they feel natural, and you know, it's almost like you think that because you know it, everybody knows it, and I apologize on that. It's just time to go in here. Unfortunately, I still have to go in the backside and remove that piece. Hadn't I had this flyaway here, these little missing corners from the beginning, because when I was roughing, I was kind of going a little aggressive on that. I would probably leave it just the way it is, but gotta do something with it. Can't leave it like that. Star within a star. You know, we can look at things and always critique and say, oh, I wish I had done this, or I wish I had done that. Well, we save those for next time. So if I wanted to make any changes to this, I know that I'll be doing more turning, and playing a little bit more with these star bolts and mix stars with full pieces of wood, blocks of wood, and not necessarily segmented. It just gives you a little bit of flexibility with your turning and venturing out and going to another dimension. No, this is not the Twilight Zone. But anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you very soon. Give this one a thumbs up, will you? And yeah, I noticed that it's funny. I'm going to bring this up. You know, I had somebody comment on about somebody giving a thumbs up on one of the videos with my grandson, and I swear these guys, those of you that come out here, and I'm not saying to all of you who comment, but there are a certain group of people that come to my channel just to give it a thumbs down. They'll thumbs down before they even get to see it. I posted it, and within 3 minutes of a 1-hour video, I already had a thumbs down. I mean, what's the deal with you know, you thumbs downers and you trolls that come up just to give it a thumbs down? I don't understand it. But anyway, they must have had withdrawals from 2 videos I did back to back with my grandson, and only 1 thumbs down on it. As soon as I posted up the next one, even though I think it was a very informative, which was how to make a star, I thumbs down like instantly. So somebody was suffering big time, and I'm sorry to you guys for putting me through that torture. I will try to be, not to incorporate people that might, or something that might make you feel guilty about going ahead and giving it a thumbs down. By all means, go ahead. Thanks. We'll see you soon.